spotlight. Oh, he's dancing across the sand, people, and he is helping out on way to victory for your Miami Heat. Look at these numbers. Game 1, Game 2, double-digit scoring, 15 assists over the couple games to 4 turnovers. Come on. Scored 9 of the Heat's first 11 points in the fourth quarter of Game 2 and has been a welcome addition. He and Battier and Miller are adding to the scoring effort and helping along the way. We had a chance to talk to some of his teammates about his big game impact.
I think, nobody can question, Rio's, heart and his big playability. It goes all the way back to making the shot at Kansas, against Memphis. He has a tattoo on his arm, Mr. Clutch, and I couldn't agree more. He's definitely a clutch player. Nobody can question that about him. I think the thing that I've noticed in Rio this year is the maturation process that he went through, from the beginning of the season to where he is now.
He's just refocused himself for the playoffs, and not that he just cuts it on in big moments, but I think he just rises to the occasion, and his focus is a lot better, and he concentrates a lot harder, and we need him to play well.
Ever since his days at Kansas, that man knows a moment and elevates himself. Look at his regular season versus playoff numbers throughout his young career, except for his rookie season. Improvement over his regular season scoring numbers every single postseason, particularly this postseason. By the way, Rio's one of 3 players in Heat history to make the playoffs in each of his first 4 seasons in the league. By the way, all 3 of them are teammates right now. Speaking of right now, who's alongside number 1-5? Our number 1, Eric Reed.
Thank you, Jax. Mario Chalmers has always played his best in the biggest games. Why is that?
It's just a mentality I have. I want to step up in the big moments and try to do what I can for my team.
First game of the series, you have 11 points at a career playoff best for yourself with 9 assists, 3 steals, and a 33-point win. What do you remember most from Game 1?
Just the victory. We want to come out there with a mindset that, we want to set the tone early, and that's exactly what we did that night.
Game 2, a closer game. You ended up with double-figure points again. 9 of your 13 points came in the fourth quarter when your team needed it most to win that game.
Got a good rhythm early in the fourth. Got a couple easy layups and got a good 3 from D-Wade. Found me streaking in the corner. So, it's a good rhythm.
So far in this series, you have 15 assists, only 4 turnovers. And on that subject, your team set a Heat playoff record with 28 assists in Game 2. Talk about the team play that Miami's enjoying right now.
We're just trying to get everybody involved. We've been waiting for this moment all season. Everybody's healthy right now, and everybody's knocking down shots. So that's something we got to keep doing and keep going.
Matchup with Nick point guard Baron Davis has been intriguing in this series. Baron has had some moments, 10 points in the first quarter of Game 1 and a 10.6 assist second half in Game 2. He's made some very difficult.
Just make sure all his shots are tough. Just trying to keep a body on him and, not let him get going.
Here we are at Madison Square Garden, a great stage to play in the playoffs. You're up 2 games to none. What are your thoughts and your team's thoughts as you head into this very important third game?
Just try to come out here, take the crowd out early. Get a good start like we did in Game 1, and just keep going from there. Have no letdowns.
Mario Chalmers going to the playoffs in each of his first 4 seasons with the Heat. Only Dwayne Wade, Udonis Haslem, and this man can make that claim. Best of luck tonight in Game 3.
All right, thank you.
He had 9 points in the fourth quarter of Game 2 when the Knicks were, threatening Miami. He scores 9 points in the fourth quarter again tonight on 3 triples. Mario Chalmers tonight was outstanding. Chalmers finished the game with 5 triples. He was 5 of 8 from downtown, had 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 steals. Another big game on the playoff stage for the fearless fourth-year man out of Kansas.
We talked about how much better he has become as a point guard. Came into the league as a combo guard who could shoot for threes, playing with these 2 years with the 2 All-Stars, 3 All-Stars. But he has really become a good point guard, setting up teammates, knowing where to go with the pass, knowing when to pass, when to shoot. He's playing outstanding basketball, carrying over from the NBA Finals against Dallas last June.
Yeah, they'll call him Lucky Chalmers, but it's not luck, it's skill and willpower. And he loves the bright lights of the big stage. Well, you heard from Mario in our Heat Live pregame. You hear from him again postgame. Jax working the winner's locker room.
Rio, first of all, just How did you guys grind out this victory? It wasn't pretty. You guys could go back and rely on your defense, so there's some comfort there. But when you look at a stat sheet or just revisit the game in your mind, how did you guys get this W?
Our defense. You know, it started with Shane. Shane did an excellent job on Melo tonight, not letting him get comfortable, not letting him catch him in his favorite spots. And then we played overall great team defense and being there for the help and not letting their three-point shooters get off.
Yeah. Late in the third quarter, into the fourth, you guys got the offense going. What was the struggle initially?
We was just missing shots. You know, Shane shot over 6 tonight. Mike didn't really shoot it that well. You know, anytime those two guys are off, we're going to have trouble scoring.
Coach talks all the time about having a variety of ways to win games. What's the best way to describe how you won tonight?
Defense. It was a grind-out game. You know, we got hot late in the fourth or early in the fourth. Started off with LB, and then I hit a couple shots, and then we just kept getting stops after that.
Yeah. Get to those shots in 1 second. Could you feel the frustration from LeBron as he got that fourth foul, had to sit out for the majority of the third, and how was he chomping at the bit to get back in there in the fourth?
Yeah, you know, that fourth foul hurt him a little bit, you know, especially early in the third like that where we're just getting started. But he did a good job of just staying focused and not letting the refs get to him.
And let's talk about you in that shot. Once again, we talked about it on our show early tonight about how throughout your career, except maybe your rookie year, you continue to elevate your game when you go from the regular season to the postseason. How do you explain the way you've been playing these last 3 games?
Just more of a focus. You know, feeling good right now. My teammates are trusting me. Coaching staff is trusting me. And, you know, I'm feeling good out there on the court.
And the shots that you hit late in this game, how good does it feel that that ball just keeps finding its way back to you? You get the opportunities and knock them down.
You know, my teammates just find me in rhythm. You know, D-Wade keeps finding me in transition. And, you know, I'm getting to my sweet spot on the court and I'm knocking them down.
Chalmers, he just tells it like it